Hello all you beautiful people out there. This is Pedro Gonçalves from Change the Why. Welcome to my new video. I'm extremely excited because the last week I had a lot of technical issues and those are finally solved. And I'm actually pretty happy about that because I made some videos about habits and successful people, and I didn't really like it. And so this gave me the opportunity to do it all over again. I'm really happy about that, and I think this next few videos will be a lot better and a lot higher quality for you. And I highly recommend you watch the video from tomorrow, because tomorrow we have a video where we have a coaching session with a few of my students, and we are going to talk about how to build a calendar and how to build habits and why that make you successful. But today I would like to generally talk about what's going on in the next few videos. And so the first question that I asked myself, and I started to read books about this, and I started to approach this question a little bit from a different perspective, and I want to share that with you, is what is the difference between myself and the person I want to become in future? So if you think about yourself, there are a lot of things that you just think like during a normal day. For example, you're sitting in the car on your way to work, or you're sitting in the car on your way back home, or you walk around outside with your dog, and you just think random things, random thoughts. And most of the time people don't really know what to do with these thoughts. They just think them and then just let it go, basically. But I believe that whatever you think about, and whatever you think about regularly, and is something important in your life, and you should listen to what you're thinking. So this took me to that question: what is the difference between myself and successful people? And so I started reading a lot about guys like Usain Bolt, about Warren Buffett, about Bill Gates, and about Rich Froning. And I would like to share some thoughts and some things that I read about these guys. And please take your time to Google them, or like read their biography if you so like. Let's start with Usain Bolt. What I found really interesting is one thing that he said is that only because I'm the fastest human alive, it doesn't mean that I have to stop working out. He said that he works out, and after working out, he commits his time to something else. For example, giving interviews, traveling over the world and meeting people that are important. For example, I don't know which company he has a contract with. I think it's Reebok or Nike, or I don't really know. But he has to meet them regularly. But he says first he goes working out, like first he works out, and after that he meets those people. Think about yourself. Aren't we most of the time doing exactly the opposite? Like, how often when you have a really busy life do you plan time with your family, with the people you love, with your friends? Is it every week? Is it every day? Is it regularly? Most of the time the answer will be no, I think. And for example, Usain Bolt, I mean, he beat every single world record ever held, and he beats himself every single year. He gets faster and faster and stronger and more successful, and it's tougher to beat him, and he still keeps working out 6 times a week. Isn't that interesting? So one thing that I learned, I would like to copy paste this, because as you might already know, I always have my notes on the side. Oh, I'm sorry for this. Oops, sorry for that. So successful people create habits that make them either more successful or keep them successful. So what do I mean by that? Let's take Rich Froning, for example. Rich Froning is a really, really good example. Rich Froning is the fittest man alive. He won the CrossFit Championship 3 times in a row, so 3 years in a row, and the year before he got second. I already talked about him in my last few videos. And he keeps working out 6 times a week. He wakes up at 7 or 8 a.m. I don't really know 100%. He takes his breakfast, and he takes his breakfast every single day. It's a ritual, it's a habit. And then he works out. He has a small gym with everything he needs in his garage. He has his own gym where he has clients, where he has friends that work out with him. And he goes to other people's gym and works out with them. So he creates habits that ensure that his physical condition stays as sharp as possible, as high as possible. And this is exactly what we want. We want to be successful. We all want that. But what keeps us from being successful is not creating the right habits. This is the only thing that keeps you from being the person that you want. It's not that you don't have the money for that. You don't have the friends you need. You don't know people that are super intelligent and push you up. You don't need that. All you need is understand and think about and write down what you want. Who do you want to become? Whom do you want to have around, like surrounding you? What people, what do your friends have to look like? What would make you happy? What does the woman look like that you want in your life, or the man that you want in your life? When you write these things down, you will most of the time see that the stuff that you're doing right now every single day will not bring you what you want in future. Will not allow you to become the person that you want to become. And it took me a few years to understand that, but I finally did. For example, one thing that I can tell you from my life that a lot of my friends didn't understand is that in poker, Sunday is it's the most important day of the week to work, because the most people play online. The biggest prize pools, you can win the biggest amount of money. And for the last years, I think it's already like 5 years, to be honest, 4 or 5 years, I've been working every single Sunday. Believe me, this was tough. My friends didn't understand, because every Sunday we met in a pub in Germany and we drank beer until we couldn't walk anymore. And we did that for years. And then all of a sudden I disappeared. I started working. And everybody was like, dude, it's Sunday. You should take Sunday off. And I tried to explain them, but they just didn't understand. They didn't want to understand. And I made it a habit. And what happens is that now people, my friends, and this makes me really happy, come to my house in Portugal and spend their quality time, as I name it, which is their holidays with me. And this is one of the best things that I could ever imagine in my life. Having the people that I love around me in their most important time. And habits are the most important things that you need in your life. Rituals. For example, one really small thing about Pete Sampras, I don't know if everybody knows him, but he's a very successful tennis player. Before he shoots the ball, you know what I mean, like he throws the ball up and shoots it, I call it now. He thinks about where he wants to position the ball. Where exactly is the ball going to? He looks at his opponent and envisions the ball going from here to there. He envisions that. And he breathes in 1 time, breathes out 2 times, breathe out. And then he does that. So he creates a ritual out of that. And if you take a look at Tiger Woods, if you take a look at any athlete, they all have that. They envision exactly what they want to happen, what they want to become, and then they do it. But most people do something and then they take a look backwards at what they have done. Isn't that true? I mean, it's true for most of my life and most of my experience and most of my clients. So please make sure that you create habits. I mean, let me just phrase this different. Think about the person you want to become. Think about a person that you know or that you see on TV. read everything you can about that person, spend that time, and create their habits, and just see how it goes after a year. I'm pretty sure it will change a lot. I would like to leave you with one rule, and then basically I will stop this video, just because this is only a generalization, because we will talk a lot about this stuff here. I wanted to talk about investments, but I think this is not the right time, and I hope that I reach some people here and they understand that you have to create a strong foundation, and then you can move on to the more riskier stuff. I already worked on investment. I already made some money out of my 1,000 euros. So I'm not forgetting about that, but I think you need to start. You need to understand why you start. So rule number one, in my life, my needs come first, and this is the only rule. And I'm not talking about selfish rules where I make others suffer, or where I ignore other people. No, I don't mean that. What I mean by that is, who do you want to become? And what are the habits, rules, needs, whatever you want to call it, that you need to do, that you need to have in your life to become that person that you want to become? If you want to be in shape, if you want to look good, it doesn't matter if other people accept that or not. I don't care. How much does it matter to you? That's the most important thing. And do you really treat someone bad if you work out 4 or 5 times a week? If that's your need? Isn't it the other way around, that they are treating you bad? They're treating me bad if they're saying, oh, why don't you spend much more time with me? Well, I want to feel good. And when I feel good, I spend more time with you. And aren't you happier around me when I'm happier? Just think about it. Think about your parents. When your parents are really happy, just imagine them being really happy every single day, and they're just like producing so much positive energy and providing you with help and every single second of your life. Does that make you mad? Doesn't that make you really, really happy and happy for them? It does for me. My mother is now living in Portugal. She had a heart attack. She was in coma. She suffered a lot in her life. Now she's in Portugal. I think she's the happiest I've ever seen her, and I moved to Portugal to be closer to her. And, well, I couldn't be happier for her. Well, that's it for me. Tomorrow, really, really excited. Coaching session with a few of my students. We're gonna talk about a lot of questions. Please leave your comments. And what I would like to, well, how do I say that? What I would like to see also is that you tell me what you need. What do you need? What types of information? What do you think would help you in the stage you are in right now? It doesn't have to be personal. Or if it is, just write me an email. It's no problem. I will never mention your name, never ever. And whatever I can help with, I will. I wish you all the best, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.